I hear some people talking about, oh yeah, we should kill them all. And I'm standing right next to them and I feel like, do you mean me? Like, kill them all, including me? Hi, my name is Aya. I'm 22 years old. I'm a university student.
Hi, my name is Sharif. I'm 25 years old and I study conflict resolution.
I'm Jihad. I'm 29. I was born in Jerusalem. I run projects in around the country for AC, but I studied law.
How do you describe your place in society?
So the thing is, I don't really feel part of the Israeli society, if that's the question. I was born in Nazareth, an Arab city. Most of the Arabs I know, the Palestinian citizens of Israel that I know, they live in Arab cities and they rarely mix with Israelis. The first time I met Israelis was after I was 18 years old. It was different schools, it was different cities. So growing up, I didn't feel I was part of the Israeli society. And I think it's too late now to try to integrate into it.
I think my place in society, I want to describe it as leadership. I want to lead people to a better place where we all can live in a society where we all feel safe and we all can feel peace. And I think my place in society is to make this change. I think it's everyone's place to make this change. And I want to lead people so we can achieve that.
I feel like I can contribute to this society, but there's so many barriers that are in my way. Some people won't hear me because of my background. Some people will just automatically look at me differently. We feel that we are targeted. We're suspicious people. We need to be extra careful in order to be safe, let's say, in a sense. Me and my friends, the Christian, maybe sometimes we put the Christian friend on a checkpoint so they like see that he has a tattoo cross, that they feel more comfortable. Or my Jewish friend, let's say, passing Modain checkpoint.
Do you feel you're treated differently by others or by institutions because of who you are?
I don't feel that I'm treated differently by institutions. I am treated differently by institutions. A few months ago, I was racially profiled. I was going on a run. I was wearing my shorts and a tank top, and I even had my earbuds on. And a police officer came to me and he told me that I looked suspicious. What looked suspicious in me? Nothing except my skin tone.
I feel like we were born here and we're born with less rights. We're categorized. Forget about Gaza, West Bank, and Jerusalem. We were born with no Israeli citizenship, but we're residents. Or wherever we want to go, we have to do visas, we have to do all the long process just for being born 20 meters away from my Jewish neighbor. I don't know, it's a matter of religion, but I feel like the Israeli side, they can say whatever they want, curse whoever can talk bad about whoever in the government, and they'll be fine. And if I do that, I won't. So discrimination at its finest. There's no freedom of speech here. Basically, they claim, but it's not there.
Another example is when I did my training in a Jewish school to become a teacher. In one of the classes, a couple of soldiers came who were graduates of the school, and one of the soldiers, she said that she was bullied in the school and she felt weak, and now at a checkpoint she feels powerful. So I had to ask her if she takes out that trauma from being bullied at school on people at the checkpoint, to which she replied, unfortunately, yes, when I wake up on the wrong side of bed. And for that, I was called to a hearing for harassing the soldier, and the principal of the school told me that I cannot come to the school and talk politics, especially with my critical ethnic background. That I should be lucky that she's not going to forward this complaint on, and that she's not going to hurt my career.
Like whatever you go to, like a Jewish neighborhood or Arab neighborhood, you see a massive difference. Great difference, like in transportation, buses, lanes, traffic lights, even garbage dumpsters. in my whole neighborhood that serves almost more than 5,000 person has only 2 dumpsters, and it's really far. And the other Jewish neighborhood, they don't have to leave the house. It's just like right by the corner. They can throw out the trash.
I can feel the differences when people hear my accent when I talk in Hebrew and they hear an Arabic accent. I can feel the different how they treated me, because when they see an Arab, they expect them to be with a hijab or with a certain lifestyle, and yeah, it's kind of like giving me like they're treating me that way because I'm Arab, because they're changing when they're hearing my accent. You can hear people talking about you, and I understand Hebrew, and I can hear these sentences and I can feel it. When I was on my way here, I hear some people talking about, oh yeah, we should kill them all, and I'm standing right next to them, and I feel like, do you mean me? Like kill them all, including me? And these people saying this kind of thing like it's normal. It's really terrifying.
Has the Israel-Hamas war impacted you?
It didn't just impact me, it impacted the whole world. Since then, the whole world flipped out. But specifically in Jerusalem, and for us Palestinians, Arabs, Gazans, West Bank, we feel desperate. We feel helpless, useless. We're the closest, but we feel the furthest. Maybe people from outside can help more. I heard some stories that some people, Arabs, tried to send money to Gaza throughout bank transactions, got arrested. For what? Affiliating with terrorist organization, funding terrorist, like literally giving some poor people some money.
So before the war started, I worked in tourism in the north. I worked in ethnic tourism, giving alternative walking tours about the Palestinian identity of my city. On the 7th of October, the owner of the hostel and my colleague lost his parents due to the attacks. It was a shock. It was a shock. And needless to say, after that, tourism was dead. I lost my job and I spent months and just doing nothing, sleeping most of the time, being depressed. Thus, I decided to go back to political activism and I rejoined Standing Together. And I understood that I needed to have an active role in solving the conflict.
I feel like I was really scared because this war are not just gonna be in Gaza, it's gonna come to us. It's gonna be in the campus, it's gonna be in the street, it's gonna be everywhere. So I was so afraid, because if I want to talk about ending the war, people will take it to other perspective. They're gonna see it in different ways, and maybe they would misunderstand me and they don't want to hear me because I'm an Arab and my opinion doesn't matter that much to them. In the end of the day, if we stay silent, this war are just going to come to all of us, and not only the hostages or the people in Gaza are going to be affected. Everyone are going to be affected. Even the soldier who goes to war, they might die there, and you don't want anyone to go to die. Like, why are we sending our kids or sending people to die? For what? For this war to keep going on? Where is the end of this?
Do you feel your opportunities for advancement in Israeli society are limited?
Yes?
I can feel that it's so hard for me to study because it's my second language. You have to try twice as harder as the average people in here. You have to keep trying harder to find jobs, to find your place in the society, because the Palestinian Arabs who's living in Israel, they face an identity crisis where they have all the time to identify as Israeli, but the Israeli society keep pushing them away, like, no, you're not, you're Arab. When I think about it, I think about what we should do and not what are just like happening. Like, yeah, we're being limited, but what can we do? We can make change, we can lead people, we can organize people and join them, and everyone is limited at some point. And I think we should see what we can do with that. I can speak Hebrew and I can lead. I don't want only to lead the Palestinian people. I want to lead my society that I'm living in, which is an Israeli society.
We feel that if you are Jewish, you would get the job easier. So I was working in a restaurant for a few years, for 2 years, and a Jewish person joined the crew and after 6 months he got promotion. And I've been, not just me and my other friends, we're working there for a long time. And he was like, he and another girl that was Jewish, both of them got promotion. But we know this is not our place. It's fine. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep working until we find different job. It's like temporary here, but it's still somewhere in you that's like, F that, basically. There's so many Arabs, friends of mine, that got high degrees, second degree, bachelor's, second degree, and still got no jobs in the field that they studied. And it's kind of sad. They spent a lot of their life, years of their life studying, and eventually not getting what they want. They end up working in factories, in construction.
Yes, especially as someone who does not compromise on their identity as a proud Palestinian. For example, I would have loved to work in politics to represent my country abroad, but in that aspect, I don't necessarily have a country to represent or that will accept that I'll represent. More practical thing is, as a teacher, as a certified teacher, Arab teacher, there's a shortage in teachers in the Israeli Jewish sector, whereas there's 20,000 unemployed Arab teachers. And there is a legitimate debate within the Israeli society whether should we hire or not hire Israeli Arabs or Israeli Palestinian citizens. Why? Because we're afraid what they will teach our children, the values that they'll bring. Like imagine in the States if there's going to be like a debate about hiring or not hiring Black people, and it's an accepted debate, it's not taboo.
Is there a weird or strange interaction that you regularly have with Jewish Israelis?
I was with my Jewish friends, they're peace activists. And it was like I was in Ben Yehuda Street and there was a protest going on. And the police beat them so hard. I was looking from the side. I know I'm Arab, if I get arrested, it's bad. So I was looking from the side. I was with those Jewish friends that they are basically Olim Hadashim, like newcomers. They are from Europe and even from here. And they were arguing with this Israeli guy, and he told us, go back where you came from. And I was like, but I'm Palestinian. I was like, أنا عربي, أنا فلسطيني. I was like, he froze for a second and was like, there's no Palestine. I was like, okay.
A thing that is often repeated is the shock on the Israeli faces when I identify as a Palestinian. They find it really hard to accept, and they need always to challenge me on it. And for me, every time that I have to identify myself, I need to be ready to engage in a political discussion that not always I feel like doing. And there's also other things, and there's also other incidents that take place. For example, on my social media, I get a lot of hate, death threats, and all kind of threats. And a month ago on campus, a guy comes to me and he boasts about killing 4 people in Gaza. He comes to me with his gun, tells me I have 4 exes in Gaza. And I'm like, what? He's like, I have 4 exes and I'm proud of each and every ex. So he's proud of killing my people in Gaza and he's boasting about it in front of me. And I'm there, helpless. I can't do anything.
I was in a youth movement for Palestinians and Jews, and that was my first meeting with Jewish people. It was kind of weird to me because they were talking about different topics than me. Like I wanted to talk to them, and they were talking about different things than me. They were about to go to the army, and they talked about that, and I can't like share and talk to them about it because I'm not going to the army, so I have no opinions on it. I have nothing to share. I don't have an experience in that. And they were talking about these kind of topics, and it's fine, but I couldn't find myself like joining the conversation. I didn't feel like I had a place in this conversation. But I remember then, like, we have other activities, like we were cooking together, sleeping together and stuff. And then we start like talking about each other's food. And it was really great. When you start meeting the people and talking to them and finding out how similar you are, it stopped being weird. It started being like, yeah, we're kind of the same. We're just speaking different languages. And we're literally living together in the same place. So it's natural to be similar more than different.
That was the last question. That was great. Thank you so much.
خلاص, that's it.
Okay, perfect. We're good. But amazing.